Hello, welcome to another After Effects tutorial. In this tutorial, what we're gonna be creating is this realistic grass in After Effects from scratch. So let me play and see the final result. You see we got the letters coming up and also the leaf and the butterfly. So this is what we're gonna be creating today. But first, to start, I really recommend you go and check out those tutorials, how to animate a butterfly and or bird, and also how to create advanced text animation and save as a preset. And also 2 days ago I uploaded this video and YouTube. Let me just play. This project will be available to download, of course, only for the people who already bought this Infinite Ground Floaters Swirl Animated Pack. So make sure just go ahead and download. The password will be inside to uncompress the file. And for the other people, so just follow along, make sure to check out one of those first tutorials, animating butterfly and creating the text animation. And the idea came out from those photos that I took with my phone, this fresh direct from this car, the idea. So I was wondering how to recreate this, of course, animated. But the main idea came out from this sticker, on the trash can. The nice message for us, green as universal. It's not celebrating Earth Day, but I really want to recreate this, of course, in After Effects from scratch, as I said. So let's go back to my After Effects and let me minimize this. I already have a couple compositions that I create, and first I need to open this. If we go settings and composition settings and see, we got HDTV 1080 24, actually it's 1920 by 1080, and frame rate 24, of course duration is 10 seconds long. I think hit OK. All those compositions are the same sense, so you don't have to worry about it. And let's first start with the solid. So make sure command Y to have the solid, make sure comp size, and hit OK. And then we need to look it up for this nice CC here. It's just drag, you see it. Let me put the background, and we're gonna play with the settings over here, the values of the length. We might need to pump up this maybe to 50, and also the thickness maybe that 75. It's up to you. You can play around. And also this maybe the weight -1. And before, let me fit and comp, and we're gonna draw a mask. So make sure to pick the rectangle tool, and I'm gonna draw a mask a little bit down here on the bottom. I know you will be asking why I don't go all the way to the end, to the size. So in case you would like to duplicate and create kind of like this project, I duplicate a lot of times. That's what I really and highly recommend, to have this not all the way to the end, because otherwise you will have an ugly cut at the size. So we will see at the end. Anyway, we still playing with the settings and the CC here. Go density, maybe pump up a little bit, also maybe 250. And also we need to go and draw this down and maybe add a little bit noise. As 28 maybe. I already play with, and also the hair color. So we need to change the color to green, of course. You can choose any color, of course. For green is for this grass must be green. And I have the code is 1D5800, I guess, yes. And also we need to go the opacity all the way up to 100%, and we're gonna play with the lighting, of course. So I'm just pump up a little bit, maybe 124, and you see it's more realistic, and also shading. So we need to play with the specular, maybe a little bit down to 20. Yes, cool. Once we have this, we need to go and open. Of course, it's not animated or anything. Let me stop it and go to my map 1, the same settings. So command Y to add a solid, make sure it's comp size, and hit OK. And we're gonna look for fractal noise, or you can just make sure select it and go effect noise and look for fractal noise. And there we have, and here we need to play where it says transport, maybe pull this down a little bit, maybe 20. And also we need to play with the evolution speed or animation. So if you see, we can animate this way. Let me just undo this and add a keyframe at the beginning, and then hold down shift and key on the regular keyboard, or just drag the CTI all the way to the end and add 5 evolutions. And if we play, and there we have the animation. Of course, once we have this, we need to go, and also we need to play with the evolution options. Random seed, we need to add a new random seed, the value of course number 1. Okay, so once we have this, let me close this, and we need to duplicate this 4 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we will have 5, and then we need to go and inside the 2 and play, with the random seed, as I said, and this might be number 2, and the same thing, this one must be number 3. And so we're gonna do all those 2 last 4 and 5 the same thing. Okay, so this is because I don't want the movements of the grass when we duplicate moving the same uniform. So I just want they move like different movements. That's why I need to add the random seed. Make sure. Let me close all this and make sure to close. And then we need to open the grass. Actually, before we open the grass, we're gonna duplicate 4 more times as well. And then open the grass 1. And here we got the grass, of course, and we need to pull the map 1 animation and just shut this off and make sure it's selected, and go the CC her properties or settings. And then if we go careful map, you see the map layer, so we need to pick the map 1. And if we play, there we have our animation. And we need to the same thing, open number 2, pull map number 2 as well, and put this invisible, make sure selected, and go settings, careful map, and the layer map layer. So 2, and you will have. So we're gonna do the same thing all those last 3 grasses, of course. Okay, once we have this, we got grass 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. You see all of them are animated. So let me see, actually let me close all this and open this composition, same settings, all grasses. So we're gonna select all the grasses, holding on shift, and drag and drop. And we need to add a 3D as well. So just hit this toggle switch mode and have the 3D, and then hit the P position, and we're gonna play with the Z position. So let me go this maybe 0, this one 50, and this one maybe 100, and this maybe 150, and the last one might be 200, just to have a little bit space in between the grasses. And if we add a camera, maybe 28 millimeters, and hit OK, and hit the C as a shortcut, and move around, and you see we got in 3D. So let me delete the camera, we don't need right now, and fit in camp. Actually, there we have it. And then we need to open the main 2. I already have main 1, that's what I call this main 2. And we need to drag the all grass maybe inside, and also we need to add a 3D, and make sure to hit this icon, the collapse 3D transform. And then we need to lock it up maybe, and then add a new layer, command Y, and call BG background, and put down below the grass. So let me put this invisible because it's taking time to open up, so make sure. And if we go layer, add a layer styles, and gradient overlay, if you use Photoshop, so you're gonna play with this, edit the gradient. and here we go again, and go white and play with this and hit OK, and I think we have it. And let me close this, also lock it up, and we're gonna start playing with before I need to pull up the rules. So let me go view, show rules. I already have actually, and then just put this pick the move tool, the shortcut small b, and and fit doesn't count, just to have a reference, and then put this invisible. And then we need to create a text, so make sure hit the T, that's the text. So I'm gonna call think, and maybe we need to put this size 100 and maybe space 100 as well. And also we might need to go Arial and bold. Cool. Once we have this, we need to go and type another text and say green. And also we need to have a green, the same that we have in the grass, so green color is fine. And maybe space 200. And also we need to increase the size 300, and maybe shrink down a little bit, maybe 70. And what else I can do with bold is fine. And we need to align to the center, so I'll make sure to align. And actually, yeah, let me pull up a little bit, right there maybe. And also the think, let me hit the P as its position and move this, and then we can move here. All right, and then we need to add another text and call this universe, and same thing, maybe regular. So let me go and regular 100, and let me shrink down a little bit, maybe right there. And let me align this also. Great. Once we have this, let me select all of them, unlock this first and select all of them, and align a little bit down. Make sure to select all of them, and drag a little bit. All right. Once we have this, we need to start animating first the think word. So as I said, make sure to check out my tutorial to have the text animation. So if we go animation preset, text folder, and I have my folder, I already show you how to create and save. And also we're gonna pick this nice, if you can just download from my site also, and just drag and drop, and you see if we play and see the animation. So then maybe right there we can start animating the green word. So let me just same thing and play and see it till it ends, and start animating the other word universe. And if we play, there we have our animation, of course the text. And the second step is we need to go and open this lift composition. It's the same settings, then go back to Photoshop maybe, and have this, make sure to download if you don't have the package shapes. I added some more shapes, and make sure to download and work with. So let me select, the A is the selection path tool, and holding down Command C to copy, go back to my After Effects, and here we need to add a new shape layer, and also we need to draw this down, and we need say where it says content, we need to add path. Make sure the path is selected, and also we need to turn on this toggle mask and shape path visible, you see, and then make sure the path selected, and just hold it on Command small b to paste, and there we have our path. Make sure to put it fit, and if we add another property called fill, and maybe we need to change the color because we don't want red. So, and here maybe this is fine. We can come back and change the color if we need. And also we need to close this and deselect and we need to create another shape, and right click and create shape, and we're gonna call this mask. Hit the enter key to rename mask, and make sure that down below is locked, and we're gonna pick the pen tool and just drag a line in here. Another, we need another point. Actually, no, before, let me put this down so we can see just the stroke, and add another line here. Hold it down option to have this nice data size, and then pull down. Actually, we need to put non-fill, and then we need to add another in here and just drag, another one in here, and maybe the last one over here. And then if we increase the size of the stroke just to cover the left, maybe we can play and increase a little bit more. There we go. Once we have this, we need to go and add another property called trim pad. That's nice to animate the shapes, and let me draw this down, you see, and start and end, but we're gonna use the end. So you see, if we go all the way to 0 and add a keyframe, make sure the CTI has the 0 frame, and we need, I already add a keyframe, I guess. I'm sorry, I added it all the way to the end, so make sure to delete this and to have the beginning, you see, and I added again the keyframe. If we go 1 second long, hold it on Shift Option J is to pop up this go to time window, and just add 1 second long, and we need to go all the way up to 100, and there we have it. If we play and you see the animation, and then we need to select, right click and go keyframe assistant, easy ease, or the shortcut F9. If we go editor grapher or graph editor, and you have this, make sure if you have straight lines, so just make sure to have the speed, edit speed grapher, and hit the small b to have the move tool, and select and just drag this to the left. You see this point, and if we go back and play, and you will have this animation. And also we need to close this and unlock this. Make sure the to hit the toggle switch mode to have the properties in here to add the alpha. So let me alpha matte. So let me click, make sure the shape layer down below the mask, and add and put the alpha matte mask. If we play, and there we have our animation. Once we have this, so let me close and go to my main 2, and we need to drag this inside. So let me just drag it. It's a little bit bigger, so we're gonna scale down a little bit, scale down maybe. So let me see what's not showing the, okay, just to see, a little bit more down, maybe a little smaller, and and move a little bit up. Once we have this, we need to duplicate this. So duplicate, make sure selected, and right click and transform it, and flip horizontal, and also another right click and transform and flip vertical. And there we have, and also we need to move a little bit up on the top, maybe right there. Cool. A little bit more, there you go. I guess it's too much. Great. And then we need to wait till the letters ends up the animation, of course, and we need to pull those lifts over here and see, so we can have the letters first and then the lifts. And then we need to add the butterfly. Make sure I already have my butterfly over here, so let me just drag and drop and add, and before to do, let me make sure all of them have in 3D. Once we have this, and also we need to collapse, as I said, I already collapsed this. Make sure to this is collapsed, and also the butterfly we need to collapse. So there we go. And once we have this, we need to go maybe here and pull this out, and maybe over here, and then hit the P position and add a keyframe. And if we go maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 seconds, yeah, 5 seconds, and just pull this over here. And maybe I want this turn on the other side, so I'm go 1 second more. So I'm just drag on the side and then the top, on the top of the text. Then once we have this, we need to hit the R rotation, and before we hit the R, we need to right click and go transform, and just out orientation, because I want to follow along the path. So you see it's off for now. Just click orient along the path and then hit OK, and there we have. And also we need to change the X rotation to 75, and there we have. If we play, actually you see the butterfly comes on the right direction and just turns around and go and stops on the on the top of the text, and that's what we're looking for. Once we have this, I guess the last thing what we need to do is add another layer, I mean solid. So let me command Y, and I'm gonna add lens maybe. Hit OK, make sure it's camp size, and they have actually, make sure to look for lens. Flare is under the generation, just drag and drop, and here actually, let me put this screen on, just screen, and there we have. Actually make sure selected, and this one maybe I want over here, and I need to duplicate this and make sure to have behind the butterfly. And if we just play, I guess, and there we have our animation. So let me see. I can't put the grass because it takes a lot of time to render. That's why I'm just testing the butterfly and the so let me go and see. If we play now, you see we got the butterfly. Actually, it's something's wrong with the butterfly. I need to go and put this where it starts the animation. Maybe I need to cut over here, where's butterfly. Just cut, hold on option, the left bracket key, and cut this. And so we want to see the also we need to hit U to see the keyframe. Make sure to have it in the same keyframe, and just move a little bit out the butterfly, so we won't see it till it start animating. Okay, and there we have. Actually, if we put the grass back on, I know it's taking a little bit longer, and there we have. So let me just go and see. Actually, that's what we're looking for. I mean, there is the effect, so let me go to the end and see. It looks nice. Also, the last thing we need to do is go the green text, and we need to add. Let me just solve this and the background, and we need to look it up for gradient, maybe for color gradient. So just drag and drop and see. We need to play maybe this kind of like dark green, and this maybe a little bit brighter, and this also we need to kind of like more dark, and the blue we need to have a little bit more brighter. And if we just play and put down here, and this one maybe down maybe up here, and I think what else, okay, and this one maybe down here, and can just bright up a little bit more, and they have a little bit of gradient in between the characters. If we just solve this and put all together, and there we have our compositions, the same that we show. I mean at the beginning, the animation. Let me just go 100% and full screen, and there we have the same. Of course I like it the way it came out. And what else? So let me just minimize and go the main, and we have the same because I have this render, so I can just play it in real time and see. That's what we're looking for, I guess. Let me just go and put full screen and play one more time. Cool, that's what we're looking for, I guess. Yeah, I know that looks nice, so you can create the same animation, realistic grass, the text animating and floating from down to up, and also the butterfly. Okay, I think that's all for today. I know it's a little bit late. I was wondering to post the tutorial yesterday, but I couldn't for some reason. But as I say, I will be posting one tutorial every week, Saturday or Sunday. Okay, hope you guys like it. Please comment, like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and just wait for the next week tutorial. Thanks so much. See you next time.